Okay, so let's settle down and let's get things started, okay? If by any chance, if you get the quiz done and if you want to leave for a bit, we're gonna have 20 minutes to do it. So again, as long as we can keep whoever is still doing the test, quiet, you can just leave for a bit and you come back in 20. Again, I don't want to see, please, cell phone action. Please don't take pictures, okay? Please keep the cell phone. It's open book. You can use the web, use whatever you want to use there, okay? Don't use your neighbor, please, okay? Can you go on Centennial to assessments, quizzes? Can you have a look and see if you can see quiz number 4? And if you can start and see the questions there. So I think that we have 9 questions there. Yeah, have a look. Can you please confirm? Yep, you can see it. Okay.
You mean for the whole program, or just when I'm trying to access the method in the derived class? Because it won't override for the whole program.
Well, it overrides. I mean, if we have 2 of those classes in the same project, yeah.
If we want to access one, we need to put the parameters that
the parent expects.
But it doesn't override it in the way that it makes him disappear. It won't disappear. So is that what you were asking for?
Okay,
if it disappears, if it it's no longer available.
Yeah. So yes. So if you are overriding with different parameters.
It's like you're asking if does it get erased forever?
It's not about erasing, but can you override? It's about can. Can you override with different parameters? Is it a valid override? That's really the question. Is it valid override if they have different parameters?
Well, if they have the keywords.
Yeah. So is it an override? Again, you have to think of if that is a case of override or not. You ask a question?
I'll submit it to this.
Okay.
Can I go?
It's up to you. I mean, I just ask if you want to stay, just stay quiet so people can still take the test. If you can go, anytime you can go. I'm not forcing anybody to stay. You can use? Web? Yes.
Are they good now?
Yep.
Or just
No.
CLR with this.
So?
CLR with this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. Okay, if anyone is still finishing, wrap things up. 2 minutes.
So are you going to do the assignment, the exercise 3 and 4?
Not today. Yes. It's, yeah, on your own. Yeah. Okay, so let's get moving forward. Okay. So in our last segment of the night, we're going to be talking about graphical user interfaces. So I guess at this point you might be a bit tired. Let me just open the door here. If you guys want to come in, all yours. Sorry. You can keep it open.
Professor,
Yes.
increase the value of bonus 5.
Increase the value of bonus 5. Wow.
Bonus 5 was hard one. It's 2.5
So
hours.
you were talking about that outside. You were gathering votes for that. A petition. Okay. Okay. So again, let's keep moving forward here with graphical user interface. So when you hear this word graphical user interface, what is it that comes to mind? What is that?
Graphic designer.
Coming to your face? Awesome. Like what? Like what?
The video you posted for polymorphism.
Yep.
Remember the guy was throwing and there was a circle and like that thing. Like that.
Okay. Okay. So graphical user interface is like in a Windows scenario. It's a Windows application. It can be a web application, graphical application that has graphs, not only a black screen. Okay. In our case here, we're going to be bringing this towards the Windows environment. So we will be talking about our integrated development environment, Visual Studio. Let's see what Visual Studio gave to us out of the box. We're going to be exploring a few Windows controls, okay?
So
We're
we're
go-
gonna just make it, like use it, make it looking better? Or not?
So, yeah, so the idea is that we move away from just a simple text-based interface, and we have environments that we can click. We can have controls that we are used to when we are dealing with a user interface like Windows, okay? I don't know about Macs, how this would sit with Macs, so you may want to have a look at that, okay? So this topic is available, it's spread throughout chapters 3, 12, 13, but the content will be mostly on chapter 12, okay? There are dozens and dozens of different controls on Windows. Are we going to explore each one of them and each property of those? Not really. That's not the intent here. The intent is it's more to give you an understanding of how to deal with graphical interfaces. And we're going to start by exploring our IDE, our Integrated Development Environment, which is, in our case, what? Visual Studio. So Visual Studio gives us a lot of tools to deal with graphical interfaces, okay? So let's open Visual Studio. If you want to give it a try as we go through this, you can experiment on your own. We're not going to be doing any heavy lifting code tonight, okay? We're going to leave that for next class, but now we will basically, one, understand a little bit how to work with our Windows application, and two, apply what we have seen before of polymorphism, of working with JSON, all of what we saw before, we're going to bring to a Windows application, okay? So we're going to combine what we saw before with a new environment, okay? So here on Visual Studio, we can just go to File, New, Project, and from here, you can just type in something like Windows, Forms, yep, and then you should be able to see Windows Forms app, .NET Framework, and get the one under C#, not under Visual Basic, but C#, okay? So again, Windows Forms app, .NET Framework. And I'm going to confirm. And I'll just leave the name that it is there right now by default. And we're going to explore the environment a little bit here. So look at this. By default, we are given this what I'll call a canvas. And a blank canvas, a blank form, that we're going to be able to design our application. Very rarely we are talking about coding and we are talking about drawing in the same sentence. But here we will be doing both. We will be coding and we're going to be drawing our interface, okay? With drag and drop tools. Again, drag and drop, not very common when we are dealing with a coding environment, okay? So we have our form there. This is our form. We can actually run this. I can actually just start. And here we have. Of course, we didn't put anything there, but we have our application. We can maximize, we can reduce, we can close, okay? Now, what else can we do with that? Actually, in a way, this is an object already. This is an object from a class called form. Look, we have this area here on the lower right-hand side called properties. This area, it shows the properties related to any object that might be selected in our canvas area, okay, in our design area. Right now, we just have one. We just have the form. You see the handles here? We can reduce, you can increase this. Yes?
So what here is like the organistic tools here? We can...
Yeah, so in case you cannot see the properties, right-click on the form and click Properties. It will show this box, okay? Right-click and click Properties. Now let's explore a little bit of those properties. Again, I'm not going to go property by property here. That's not the goal of our work here. Our goal is to get to know where things are and do some exploration. Try it ourselves, you know. I'll cover a few properties though. The first one that I'm going to cover is the name. Look, name, it has this special designation. It has this parentheses here around it. It's just a very important property. I don't know necessarily why they put this parentheses, but my guess is that because it's so important, they wanted to push the name property to the very top of the list. So the list of properties is ordered by alphabetically. And I guess this parenthesis gives it a push to the very top. So we can change this. Okay, we can change, right now it's called form1. We can say my form. So when we do this, we change the name of this control. The same way as we have variables, we have objects that we can name them. Here, we can have that as well. We can name on our properties window. A few different ways that you can see those properties. You can see them ordered alphabetically or grouped according to different categories of properties. Okay? So I usually prefer to order alphabetically. It makes it, in my opinion, makes it easier to find properties that you are looking for.
Sir, what I changed, the name of form1 is show the value is the value of this cannot just
Well, make sure that you don't put space, okay? Again, this is the name of the object. This is not what goes on at the top of the window. The top here, we have a property called text that will allow you to change the title. So this is my title. So it changed there. Okay? Again, you can change the icon. You can say, okay, every time that you run this application, I want the window to be maximized. You can say that. There's a property for that. Now, the key is to find them. So, look, let's give it a try on this one here. Maximized, Windows state. Let's see if this is the one. Great, it is. So, when you run, it comes up maximized. Okay? So again, you can control each and every single aspect of this form. You can control color, you can control font, you can control positioning. I don't want it maximized, I want it to be normal. Bottom line, a side note, if you see a property which has a value in bold, it means that this is not the default value of that property. But if you see in regular fonts, it means that this is the default value of that property. Okay? Just that. What else we have here? Okay, let me go back. By the way, this PowerPoint is very dense, okay? So I'm not going to go slide by slide. There are some slides talking about specific controls. Again, I will not go one by one, but we're going to be practicing this more in the next class. Today, it's about really giving you an overview. Let's have a look at another place here. Actually, before that, let's drop a control here. I'm just going to reduce the size of this area. Look, there is an area that you can activate. If you go to View, Toolbox, this is an area that you can find a bunch of visual controls. Actually, not only visual, but controls that some of them, they are not fully visible. But you can find controls here, like the button. I can drag a button. I can put it in my form. I can drag a text box. I can put it in my form. I can resize it. I can align them. Now, look at this. Our properties window, as we click and we select different controls, the properties will reflect the properties of that selected control. If I select here the button, I'm looking at button 1. And again, it uses this increment. If I put a second button, it will be called button 2, and so on. Of course, we should rename the controls that we're going to be using. Okay? I'm going to call this OK. Now, again, don't confuse text property with the name property. Name is about the name that we're going to call that object in our codes. The text is usually the visual component of that control that gets displayed. Let's see here. See text. Okay. So, again, I would invite you to follow through, give it a try, just drag a few controls there, break the code. I'll show you some ways that you can break, or better yet, not break your code. Let's have a look at another area here. Look, we have those files. All of those files, they have been created by Visual Studio itself, okay? So when you create a new form, a few different files gets created as well. Okay? Here, it shows in some sort of a hierarchical format. You have the form1.cs at the top. Inside of it, you have this one, designer.cs. You have form1.resx. Those are 3 files related to each form. Let me open this on Windows Explorer. Look, here are the 3 files. So we have the CS, we have the designer.cs, and you have this .resx. I can tell you this. The only one that you're going to be really working with is the .cs file. The other 2, I'm going to explain what they are, but we're not going to need to modify them. Actually, I would even say do not modify them because it's very easy to break things if you modify them by accident. Okay? You just leave them there, but I'm going to show what they are. Okay? Let's have a look here. So let's start with this form1.resx. Actually, let me show in text format. So this file is an XML file that has strings about the form. This is used, for instance, if you want to have dynamically generated strings in the application, like labels. You have something like enter your name. You may want to have that text in a separate file. Maybe you want to translate your application to multiple languages. So you can have a file like that for each different language that your application might be used by, okay? Again, that's it. We're not going to be touching that at all.
Is it like a backup file?
No, not backup file. It's a real file, but it's about resources. The resx means resource, okay? And the X is about XML, because it's an XML formatted resource file, okay? Okay, let's have a look at a little bit of code here, but not much. So look, we have our old friend program.cs. Look, we have main here as well. Again, another place that we will not be messing around, okay? We don't need to change anything here, but look, we have, even though this is a Windows application, we still have a program class, we have a main method. Our main is basically doing what? It's running our form. Look, new my form. It's just creating an instance of our form, which gives us this. If I comment this out, I don't even know what's the result here. It should not show up anything. See, it doesn't show the form anymore, because this is the line that is running the form. Okay? Again, I'm just giving you a bit of an overview of the different components and files that you see there. This is another one that you're not going to be messing around. Okay? Now I'm going to show you one file that you will be doing your codes related to the interface, most likely over there. Okay? That's the form1.cs file. I'm going to double click there. It shows the interface. If I right click the form, I can view codes. So look, I have form1 open here. I have the design open. Usually what we call this is, we call this the front end design. And this is the code behind the form. The code that is being used by the form. Okay? So you have a visual component, a visual representation, and you have the code representation. Okay? Okay, great. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try to change the color of this button. So I'm going to select the button. Where are the properties? The properties are here. I'm going to just make space for that. And we should have a back color here. Let's give this a try. Select the color. And we have there. Now, let's have a look at the code here. So look at this. Nothing changed here. Nothing changed. Okay? So my question to you is, as a guess, tell me where do you think that this information gets saved? I just changed the color. It must be saved somewhere. Where? The designer. So, the information about the details of each component of my application, of my form, it's stored in this little file here called form1.design.cs. Let's have a look at that. Again, another file that you know it's there, you trust it's there, but this file is really controlled by Visual Studio. Okay? I'll give you an example here. Look, we have this initialize component. This initialize component will go through every single element in your form. It will create them, and it will set its properties. Look at this. Back color equals to yellow. Location. Look, it's in this location here. If I move the button to another location, save this. If I go back there, look, it changes automatically. So all the different properties that we have been playing around here, they get saved in this designer file. Okay? Look, keyword this here, heavily used in this file. Again, everything is here. All the different controls, all the declarations are here. Okay? My recommendation is, again, don't mess around with this file. Leave Visual Studio being the one handling this area, this entire file. Now, if you are confident that you're not breaking anything, you can make changes here. But look at this. I'm gonna make a mistake here. And then I'm gonna go back to the form. That's what you see. Okay. You no longer see your form. Again, let me tell you, for a fact, every single semester that I go through this course, I show this, but someone in the class will show me, oh, I broke my codes, my code is gone. How can I get it back? Well, if you didn't save or if you didn't close, I mean, in my case here, for instance, I think I can do a Control-Z here. Yeah, I can, but again, maybe you close this, you open again. It's hard to figure out which part you may have messed around, you know? Okay? This kind of problem can happen in a different way as well, and I'm going to show you how to prevent that. I'll be talking about that a few times. It might become repetitive for some of you, but again, I do this because I know someone during the test will tell me, look, I cannot see my form anymore, and it's 10 minutes before the time. And I'll look at the person, I'll say, I cannot do anything. Because I really cannot. I cannot revert back unless, again, you have it open and you can do a Control-Z. Control-Z will be my best recommendation. Try to do Control-Z and see if you can revert back, okay? Anyway, so a few files here that we have. Let's go back to our form. Let's try to do something here. Let's try to write something that when I click, something happens. Like I'm going to put some sort of a text in this box, just for the sake of example. So when I select the button, in the properties area, I will not only have access to the properties, but I'm going to have access as well to something called events. Event is something that we do with that control, like what? Like click. So there's actually pretty much an event for every single thing that you can think of in a control. There's an event when you move the mouse over. There is an event there when you move the mouse out. There is an event when you press a key. There is every event that can happen with that control, we can code what must happen in that case. Okay? Where can we do that? Well, here's where. So, by default, the properties window will show, well, the properties, okay? But can you see this light bolt here? Okay? If you move the mouse over, you're going to see that it says events. If I click there, those are all the different events available for the selected control, for the OK button. Okay? Now, we are looking for the click event. So you're going to put a little code in that event, a little code in the click event. Look, this area, I'm going to just drag it over so you can see it better. This click box is empty right now. But we can double click inside and look at what it will do. Just move this back. It opens our code, the form1.cs. It creates, what is this? A method. It's a method with a special name. It has the name of the control, okay, underscore the name of the event, okay? Name of the control, underscore name of the event. And then you can type your codes there, and whatever you type there will happen when you click the control, click the button, okay? I'm going to do something like this. It's going to be?
Return of the events, like after what's going to happen after.
Yes, after you click it. So that's exactly it. So we're going to get the name of our text box, which is called, well, text box 1. And you're going to say, text box 1, dot text equals to, we are modifying a property of that text control, text box control. So we're going to say just that. And if I run and if I click the button, then we'll see the message there. And this is applicable to any property that I want to modify. We're going to be using that as we go through the exercises, as we're going to go through other controls as well. But this is how you're going to be coding here. We're going to think about what is the event that I need to code, and what is the code that I need to put inside the event. What are the controls that I'm modifying, that I'm changing the contents, that I'm getting the value from. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something that, again, write this down. Very common to have this problem. Don't delete an event like this, like what I'm doing right now. Because if you do this, you are breaking the form. I'm going to try to load the form again here. Look what happened. So, because you are destroying a reference that is there about that event, you destroy that reference, but in the other file, that reference is still there. There's a way to delete it properly. This is not the one. And actually, this is the most common problem that you will face if you don't remember this, that I'm telling you right now, and I will be telling you this many, many times. Because it's very easy to do this. Look. Oh, I'm going to put another button. I need another button. Okay, so I put another button. I double click. Oh, here's the code. I don't want that. Okay, let's get rid of that. And then we do this, and then go back to the form, and now it's broken. Okay? Again, very common. So, how do we do this properly? What is the proper way to do this? Well, here's the thing. You can go back to the form. You can go to the button that you want to remove the event. You can, you can go back here to the events. Look, we have to get rid of this link between the button and the code. So first we delete this from here. Again, I don't expect you to remember all of that. I'll go through this a few more times, most likely after next class. So you are just deleting the reference. Now you can go back to the code. And now you can safely delete this. And you should be able to come back to the design. Okay. So first you disconnect the event, and then you can delete the code there. Anyway, I'll be repeating that over time as we go through this.
The bottom one is still there?
Yeah, because we didn't delete the button. We just deleted the event. Okay? Okay. Let me see, there's something else here that I wanted to mention. Let me see. Oh yes, there's one topic here. Before we jump to a quick activity, look at this. On our form, the code, if we scroll up, look, we are creating here a new class. It inherits from form, and it's called my form. So that's this form here. That's this entire form. Okay. Now, look, we have this keyword that we have not seen before. A keyword called partial. Partial keyword is used. It's a resource that can be used by C# in Visual Studio, where you can spread the definition of a class through different files. So this file here has a part of my form, but the other part is available under form1.designer. Look, we have partial class, my form here as well. So what happens is that when this application gets compiled, it sees there my form partial class, my form partial class. It combines all of that in one single class. Okay? So that's what partial classes are. And one of the uses of partial class is to have a file, in our case, the designer file, that is controlled by Visual Studio. And we have our own file, which is form1.cs, which is controlled by us. This is our code. This is Visual Studio's code. Okay? Don't mess around with Visual Studio's code. Visual Studio will not mess around with our own code. Okay? Okay. I think I spoke enough. How about we give something here a try? From another semester, one student at the very end of the course, she came to me and said, oh, but you should have taught us how to search, how to find information on the web. Because that's what I'm a big fan. I'm not a big fan of memorizing. I'm a big fan of knowing how to get the information that you need to get when you need to get them. Okay? So one of the reasons why I do this activity is to try to help you out with that. What is the way that you get information about something? Well, my recipe is this. If I'm trying to get something related to C#, put the C# on Google, space, and put my keywords. So we have a bunch of keywords there. Each one of those keywords, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, but not too much. Well, okay. So each one of those keywords, they are a different control that we're going to, and this will take about 15, 20 minutes. I'm just going to briefly divide you all in small little groups. It can be, 2 groups over there. It can be the 2 of you, 3 of you, 2 of you, the 3 of you in the back there, the 2 of you. Each one will form a little group there. What you're going to do is you're going to get one of those names, and you're going to search. You're going to search on Google, C#, that name. You're going to tell us on Padlet, what is that control about? What is the purpose of, let's say, list view, or month calendar, or list box? What is the purpose of that? And give me 2 properties from that control that you can talk about, or you can explain what they do, okay? So let's do this. So I'm going to just give you a number, and then you're going to just check what's your number and do your research there. So I'm going to say group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So dividing in 2 groups there. So 6 and 7, and then 8 here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Pick the control that matches your number. Go to Google, give a bit of a search there. Go on Visual Studio as well. Drag the control on Visual Studio. Have a look at what it does. Run the application. Give it a try. Okay? And when you are ready, just post your findings on Padlet so we can talk a little bit about that. Okay? Give this a try. So here are the controls. Okay, I'll keep that open. And by the way, if you need 5 minutes, again, I know it's getting late, but go for it as well. We didn't have a chance to do the 5 minutes, our last one, but if you need a break, go for it.
So I'm trying to figure out this Mac thing. It's not on Mac.
Yeah.
It's not. So I can probably use export, the Mac version of.
Okay,
I can
yep.
do use C# or export.
I'll be there in a second. You have a question? Yeah. What's up? Oh, there? I'll be there in a second.
No, I can use videos, but it doesn't have that net framework. It only has that net. Oh, yeah. The Macs don't have the framework. But I can use the export from Apple. Because you can do that. Yeah, C#
Yep, it does that. Yep. What's up?
I don't know, I missed something
Yep.
when I click something. Now when I open the
Toolbox, that's fine. It's just that we just need to drag this to, see, when you drag, you see this, and then you can drop it here, and then it shows up there. Now, you don't see the controls because you have to open the designer. Let's see here. View designer, okay? Sorry. Why it's not...
I keep clicking everywhere to try to open the design, so
View designer. Yes, something went wrong. My suggestion,
create again.
create again. Create again, okay?
Okay.
You can do the narration with your voice.
Oh, wow.
Like Morgan Freeman.
With Morgan Freeman.
The first time I knew Morgan Freeman, he was old and still old. Oh my god. So the kid just went through the same thing.
He plays God and he's playing the voice of Jesus.
Oh yeah.
No, wait, no.
He did?
No, not. Yeah, he was okay. He was the dude in the company who made the car.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Oh, it was
I don't know.
This guy, he almost has the same role in every movie. Because he always speaks the same. He has the exact same role in the movie. Like that guy, this town counselor that he's speaking guy. It's called Kite Counselor.
Oh my god. Like there's some actors that have one location. Give me that role.
The same similar like that. You know what his Kite Counselor is?
Yes, I'm Jackson. But there's this thing that I'm most of the things happen. How did they hire 8 lasers playing through it?
On the tree.
No, like
The voice.
what's the skill of that? What's I think it's a ton of money.
Yep.
should we just drag it to the padlet or?
Yeah, whatever you found, you can copy or you can read, and you don't need to copy the whole thing. Just have a look. Yeah, just necessary, whatever you feel it's necessary. Okay, have a look at some properties. See, actually, let me open something else here. That's okay. So again, select 2 properties. Okay, select 2 properties and try to talk about 2 specific properties of this control. Okay. So you got it? You try again, and did it work? Yep.
It should show when I click view design, yeah?
It should, yeah. It's not showing, is it?
No. Maybe while downloading I have downloaded everything.
Oh, it seems that you have it here. So this is Windows, yeah. Strange. Let's see if there is any. Let's try to run this.
It's opening widescreen.
Oh, it's open. So it is there, but how come this is not?
So we should only need to put name of property, or we should need to define describe.
You can just put the name of the property. Now, I may ask you, okay, what's this property doing? I mean, okay, so get ready to, maybe you just want to put the description there as well, okay? I don't know what's going on here. Design. It's open here somewhere. What's this? Let's close this. So this is all saved. Double click, it's open there.
Maybe I created a
The Windows form. Can you try? It was Windows form. Can you try it again? But it seems to be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I think that you created this one, wasn't it? .NET Core, you see?
oh
It's a Windows .NET framework. So you scroll down. So try to put Windows. Just type Windows, because otherwise it will show too many. Windows space form. It's here. That's the one. That's the one that we
okay,
want.
that's the one.
Give it a try. Let's see. Let's go to the end here. It will show up there now.
You need to use a framework, right?
Yeah, .NET framework, yeah. Okay, yeah, create the empty one, yeah. Give it a try.
I unclick the HTTP because we are unclicking it.
Yeah.
Should I unclick it here?
Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Because I didn't see that next screen that you showed me. I didn't see that on mine. Let's see how it goes. So, oops. Okay, so this is web.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that we did something wrong there. Let's try this again. So I think that you select, I don't know, by accident or not,
my
but
God.
try again, Windows. Windows Forms. So here, there it is. Windows Forms. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I think I was the one that told you to do this. So scroll down. Actually, space, but space, app, app. Windows.com.
Maybe I don't
Is
have it.
yeah, maybe. You have console.net framework. Scroll down. Scroll down. Yeah, I'm not seeing here. You need to find Windows Forms app.net framework. Oh, see, you have the web app, but that's not the one. This is not the Windows one. This is the one that we did by mistake here. Oh, no, this is the console. Yeah, you know what? Go to the web and just put something like Visual Studio 2019 not showing Windows Forms app.net framework.
While installing, I only selected the web and the C#.
Got it. So maybe that might be it. Yeah.
Additional files. That's it. So go to Visual Studio Installer
You know
and
which one I
select.
need?
So that's the one. It's Windows
Okay, I'll try to find
Windows application.net framework.
Yeah,
What's
I
up?
have a question. So,
Yep.
event example.
Yep.
So I'm trying to follow it, right? I have the button
Yep.
and this. So what I can do here,
What? So
Yeah, just
so
simple example.
so simple example. So here,
what I can do here. Declare.
but here's the thing. You are doing this in the text change of the text box. You want to have on the click of the button.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the form again. Click the button. Then, now that's okay. Now that's okay. See, because now you are in the click of the button.
Yeah.
So, just by example, what I did there was I just said text box one. Not there, here. Because this is where the click will happen. See, so text box one. Dot text, because that's the property that we are changing, equals to whatever you want to add there.
Like this, right?
Yep. And then if you run,
Run.
yeah, run, like start.
So actually, I did the assignment 3.
Okay. So if you click the button,
Like this. Yeah.
click the button. Yep. So that's it.
Okay.
That's the only thing that we did. Yep.
And I did the assignment. And yeah, everything is works.
Okay.
So I have a question about this one. So there is a kind of like question, right?
Okay.
How you identify the size of the?
Yeah.
I didn't read the list.
I got it. You did. You read the list.
I'm reading the list and then I move everything back to the. I do it to string.
Got it. So try to identify how many you have. How did you do that?
So I did the tweets.
Got it.
To array.
So it's array. Okay.
So they're becoming a string back, right? Because I declared them as a string, as an array of
Okay.
tweets, right?
Of tweets.
And then
Okay.
I'm saying that this list gonna be a new list tweet.
Okay.
Then I'm adding to this list a new line, every new line, and then I'm saying that this tweet is gonna be list to array.
Okay. So let me see here. So
This
tweets.
becomes this. All
Got
that I read in, all the lines, they're just becoming tweets.
Okay, but remember that somewhere in your code, no, I get it, but somewhere in your code you must be converting what you read to a tweet object. Okay, so there are two classes in the graph there.
Yeah.
There's a tweet class. So each line of that code, of that file, needs to become a tweet object. So I see you using strings there, but you need to make sure that somehow, somewhere, you're going to convert those strings to a tweet object. A tweet object has a from, has a to.
Okay, but it is otherwise if I not convert to the object, then I will not be able to serialize it with the JSON. But I can, which means I did everything right.
Okay.
No?
What?
I
No,
missing
no.
something.
Okay. So, show me in your code where's the tweet object. Where's the tweet class?
Tweets, yes.
Yep. So, okay. So, show me where are you creating a tweet?
Here, public.
No, but okay, you are defining there. You're not creating. There you define.
Okay, creating here, right? So I declare a new tweet split with 3 parameters.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was asking. So you are doing. So you are parsing the line here, and then you are creating a tweet. So let's see
Then
here.
if I'm catching the exception out of range, then I'm doing tweet. Blah, blah,
Return
blah,
that
blah, blah.
flag. Okay.
And maybe it is want error. Do you want me to display the error or not? Because you have a.
No, you don't need to display the error.
If I will display, the code will be weird. Like in the beginning, 4 errors.
That's fine. That's fine.
Then it's like-
As long as you are. So you're parsing. That's fine. Are you saving already the information as a JSON?
Everything works as you want.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'm just
Now,
asking,
the
like,
devil-
is it what you wanted, or you wanted me to because there is no way to. So the question was about this. I understand. I debugged the
Yeah.
code.
So
I
seems
saw
fine
how
there.
It works.
Okay.
And I stuck like I didn't have this line. I totally missed it.
You got it. You got it
And
there.
then I'm running code, and it like broke. Like what? Where is the mistake? So
Got
I
it.
checked by the debugging. The first line I'm taking correct. Second line, this is invalid line, and I'm like,
Got it. Got it. Now it seems fine. And again, as long as you are generating the JSON file.
yeah, it's generating everything. But I was wondering about this solution. Are you okay with the list, or you want me to do something? Because there is no other way.
Yeah.
I didn't fight.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
To like what is it? Stack.
That's fine. That's fine. Stack Overflow.
Yeah, and I asked like.
That's good.
what the hell?
Did you get any answers?
No, there is an answer.
Oh, there is an answer there?
If you're gonna Google, like, I would like to convert, like, string to, how to define unsized, or like,
An array for.
yeah, with
Got
no
it.
size. And
Yes.
there is answer. You can't do it. It's just list. The one way to do it is the list. There were other solutions.
Let me tell you
So
one.
weird.
I'm okay with that. Let me tell you what.
This one is the most clear for me.
Let me tell you what you could. You know what would be a workaround? You could read the file, count the lines, and then you know the size. But that's okay. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. I mean, to be quite honest, to open the file, count the lines, and create an array is not very efficient. To be quite honest, this is more efficient. That's fine. That's good. Okay.
But at least listen, you have them right now.
Okay. So, how about we get this done and get out of here? Who's with me? Get done and get out of here. Stay here? 11:30? You know what? 11 they close.
They close, no?
Yes, they do. They do close. They kick us out. Okay, so let's start with the first one here. Let's start with the radio button. So who's the radio button team? Radio button team? Radio button. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna drag a radio button here in our form, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that little button. So radio button.
If you type R, you can get to radio, right?
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So is a radio button a button to sync the radio? I mean, is that about radios? What is it? What is it about?
It's like options.
Like a single selection button. We can choose only one at a time.
Out of what? Out of a set, is it? So we can, let's say if we put multiple radio buttons here, And by the way, my view here has a scaling problem. So if I drag, you see, it shows there. Anyway, if I run, I will be able to select only one of those radio buttons, okay? So maybe, can you think about an example of where this could be useful? If we are asking what?
Male or female?
Male, female, okay. The quiz, yes, the quiz. Just one option that is correct. Correct. Now,
So do we have like drag box in the
drop box.
here?
Yes, we have. We do have. But let's take a round with radio button for a second. What if I want to create two different sets of radio buttons that are independent of each other? I have this one here, and then I have another one. I keep missing here. Where is the bloody radio button here? Okay. Let's just do a Control C, Control V. So what if I want this set to be independent of this one? Anyone has an option? Not really. It's a good point, but not really. Tag name, no. Who got the? Let's see here. Who got number 5? Group box. Any group box? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. So we can use for that a group box. Group box works like this. Now that I know that you can just type in.
I don't even have a PC, you know.
See? We missed those stuff, you know, obvious stuff. I'll never forget about it. Okay, so now here we have a group box. If I can move it around, I can move them inside.
Oh, okay. Select them all and put them in.
And by doing that, by the way, this happens quite a lot. Again, be careful with this. By accident, I just double click the control. It took me to the code. Now, I don't want this bloody enter here. And what I do is I delete. No, don't do that because it will break your code. Okay? So keep it there. Hold the temptation to delete that. And then go back to the form. I don't want that code. No. Because if you double click any control, you're going to end up with a brand new event in the code. So go to the control, go to the events, then you can delete from here. That's the safest way. And we are back at square one. Now I should be able, you see, I move the control and everything that is inside comes together. Everything that is inside is grouped together. If I run this, you're going to see that now those are two different sets. I can select them independently of this one. Okay? So group box works like that. I mean, it's about grouping controls. It's about grouping information that are somehow related to each other. Okay? Oh, yes. So I've deleted the event from here, and then I can go to the form. So here is some odd behavior of Visual Studio. Sometimes, if I delete the event and it's empty, Visual Studio takes care of deleting the event from the code as well. I didn't have to do it. Visual Studio did that for me, but it does work all the time. So
How is possible that works sometimes?
I don't know. I really don't.
But it has a use. I mean, it must be a reason for that.
There must be, because there is usually a reason for anything when it's coding related, but I never stopped to search for that. Okay, so let's have a look at another one here. Data grid view, 6. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? What is a data grid view?
It is used to put data in a tabular form.
With
Rows and columns.
rows and columns. is it? It's a bit of a more complicated control because you can put a lot of data there. Like if you have a table that you want to display the information from that table, you can have columns, name, last name, first name, email, and then you have rows. That's how you use a data grid view, okay? Timer class, who got the timer? Who has time for the timer? Anyone with the timer?
I got a timer. How long?
So, what can you tell me about the timer?
Oh, I thought you said who got a timer. I got a timer on my phone. No, seriously, I thought. Sorry. I apologize.
No problem. Timer class. So timer works like this. Timer. Timer is a special type of control. It's not visual. It's a ticking timer that you can say every second or every minute or every hour do this. It's a timer that will have intervals. Look, the only thing that it has, it doesn't have any properties. Sorry, it does have some properties here. You have the interval, like you can say 100 milliseconds, 1 second. Yep.
Can you do refreshing the page?
You can do anything you want with a timer. Again, whatever codes you put in the tick event will happen every second or every minute or every hour, whatever it is. However you define your interval in milliseconds. So if I want to put a second, I have to write 1,000, okay? So that's what a timer is. It's in milliseconds, okay? Text box. Text box is the one that, I'll tell you this. Button, text box, radio box, drop box, checkbox. Those are the ones that we're going to be using the most, okay? So, anyone wants to go for a combo box? Who got the combo? Yes, Lincoln. Combo.
Yeah, it's similar to the drop-down box.
Okay. Okay. So it's a drop down of options. Basically, we're going to be using that. Okay. We didn't add any options here, but that's okay. So again, we can add them dynamically. We can add them in design time. The way we are right now, we are in what we call design time. We are in design mode. Okay. Let's see what we have. What else we have there? We have checkbox. If I put a checkbox here, let's just wrap things up with a checkbox. What is the difference between, who got the checkbox? So what is the difference between a radio button and a checkbox?
The radio button only allows you to pick one checkbox. You can have multiple selections.
Yeah, so checkbox works as a true and false, okay? So you check them out independently, okay? And we have a property called selected. Selected is a true if it's selected, false if it's not selected. Anyway, who's tired? I am. Go in peace, have a good one. I'll see you next week. I'll drop by. I'll drop by there, okay? If you need to talk to me for any reason, I'll stick around for a few more minutes and we will talk.
James, I can copy something here.
Good one. We'll talk in a second, okay? We'll do that. What's up? So, okay.
I don't know which one is. I tried to search in here. I wasn't able to find it. Okay, so it's right. I searched the racer,
Got it.
forms, and stuff in some reason.
Let's see here. Python, Azure Development, Desktop Development, .NET Desktop Development, okay.
I can't push.
I checked in there. I wasn't able to.
Look,
I can put 4.
let's select
Because I have 4.
these guys here.
Yeah, I can do it.
I think this should cover it. I think they should cover. Okay. Give it a try, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Nico, so,
Yeah,
what's the group? Group number?
what's the group again? 27, I guess. 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay, but you said that you didn't get your assignment 2.
Yeah, marks.
Okay, so I'll add you to the 27, and then I'll release the grades again, so you get your grade released, okay?
Yes, sir.
So it's 27.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So let me just, I'm gonna do that right now. 27 as well, you're gonna go?
30, I guess.
30 and 27, okay. So I'll do that right away. Yeah, so I'll just try it right now and see how it goes.
Professor,
Yep.
coronavirus is so close to us. In East York.
What is that?
Coronavirus in East York.
Really?
Be careful.
It's getting close. You know, I spent today, I think that about half an hour talking to a friend just about freaking out about that kind of stuff, you know?
I mean, that's right now is the talking is the talk of the planets. Like nobody knows what.
Okay, if you don't get hand sanitizer, vinegar. Vinegar as good as hand sanitizer. Vinegar.
Thank you.
Vinegar.
Also, I hear that vodka is very good.
To drink. Chew.
Don't drink it.
Professor, have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Take care. Groups. So again, 27, isn't it? You're moving to 27.
I guess so.
Your assignment 2 has been already released, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I was supposed to email you, but it didn't.
That's okay.
Because you already like.
yes. So you are moving from. Okay. So this might be you here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to.
7 should have only 3 members.
So enroll user. Let me see here. So I'm gonna take you out from this, and then 27. So
Let me just double check.
Edgar, yeah, that's with Edgar. It's the same group, isn't it? Yeah. So I see Edgar here, so I'm adding you to the group. So that's you, isn't it? And that's Lincoln as well. He will be in the same group.
Yes.
Yep. So
We should be full right now.
that's okay. I can still push another one here. I can add that. So you too. See you. Have a good weekend. So Control F. Oh, he's already there actually. Okay, 1 second. So Lincoln joined today, was it? Lincoln. Yeah. I get it, but yeah. So if I re-release the grades now that you have joined, I'll be releasing your grades on top of what you was there before.
What if someone like wants to change his group?
What is that?
What if someone wants to?
No, actually, what I'll do is. So for assignment 1, for assignment 2, you're going to keep your grade there, the way it is. For assignment 3 is the one that takes effect. For Lincoln, what I'm going to do is I will be manually adding his grade, because otherwise I would be overriding your grade with the rest of the group. For 2.
There should be 4, right?
He was there already. He had joined already. His name is already there in the group.
So
I didn't have to do it. I didn't have to do anything with him. I just added you. Okay?
it should be fine, right?
Should be fine. Should be fine. Again, if you guys notice anything strange in grade-wise, let me know, and then we'll.
So just like before, only one of the members upload the
Yes,
final,
just one.
final thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, anything? What's up?
This is not related to the course.
Okay.
It's just that I'm trying to, so I'm applying for co-op.
Yep.
That I'm concerning that if I will have
See you. Have a good weekend.
knowledge.
Bye,
for
guys.
that. So I am just concerning if I have enough knowledge for that
If you have enough knowledge
for co-op.
for co-op,
Yeah. So I'm
what do you want to apply for? I mean, what's your co-op about? Is that a coding? Are you looking for a coding position?
Yeah, I'm trying because I'm very interested in web development.
Okay.
So I'm trying to look for a web developer position.
Yep.
Front end or back end or full stack.
Got it.
Yeah, but the problem is in the curriculum, I'm really worried about if we are qualified for that.
Okay, but here's the thing. Are you in semester 2?
Yeah.
So have you done any front-end development?
We are
Web-wise, what are you doing?
JavaScript.
JavaScript.
HTML, CSS.
So front-end. Did you do any back-end yet? I don't think you did yet.
No.
That will come next semester.
For
Back-end. Java and C# as well.
Okay, C#.
MVC, .NET Core for web development. That's next semester.
So we're having like a lot of stuff going on.
Yes. Next semester will be. Yeah, I don't know about Java because I'm not the one doing Java, but C# definitely. Whether it's with me or with somebody else, but it's heavily web application development, backend, backend mostly because you are seeing front end now.
Yeah.
You're gonna see backend there.
Okay, for web development.
Yeah.
Okay. So
At this point, I mean, you don't have a lot of backend yet.
yeah, only in C# a little bit maybe, and also, do you have any recommendation if I can find a summer job, like in the next summer, like the coming summer?
The coming summer.
Yeah, because I have experience in project management and business analysis. Yeah, I was a project analyst for 4 years.
Okay.
Back home, and since I'm trying to like change my career as a developer, and
Got it.
I want to gain as much experience as possible. So, do you have any recommendation if I can where to find, or do you have any recommendation in general?
In general.
Yeah.
Okay. Where to find? I won't be able to tell you. Okay, go this place and you're gonna find. Now, what I can tell you is this: for anyone that wants to get in the job markets, one of the things that I cannot recommend enough is start to get to know people in the industry.
Yeah.
How do you do that? What is the best way? In my opinion, and I would highly recommend that you listen to the podcasts.
Okay.
Because that's what every single person that I interview, that I talk to, that they recommend.
Okay.
Go and join a user group. Go and join a meetup.
Okay.
Meetup that's around the technology that is interesting for you. If it's .NET, if it's Microsoft, I have 2 meetups that I'm personally part of them. I would recommend you to join them.
Okay.
If you are inclined to go with other technologies, there is a meetup for each and every single technology out there. In a city like Toronto, there is a meetup for everything.
Okay.
Okay, with a few million people in Toronto, there is a meetup that will meet your needs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
join one. Join one and go there.
I'm really happy to join one. But
So-
so where?
Okay, so here's what you can do.
Okay.
No, just go to meetup.com. Yep. And then, let's see here. Where's the search? There's no search here. Really? Okay, join meetup. Let's see. Oh, first you have to log in. Okay, got it. So here, I'm logged in here.
Okay.
So actually here's one. Here's one of the groups that I'm part of. There are two and they are kind of merging together. So MetroToronto.net user group, that's one. And the other one is Toronto.net meetup. Those are the two ones. I'm part of them.
Okay.
So they meet every single month, sometimes twice a month. You don't have to go to every one. If your schedule works out, great. If it doesn't, go to the next one. And again, go whenever you are okay. But again, look at this. 2,700 members.
So the meetup is usually like sharing knowledge.
It's usually about sharing knowledge, but again, you have an opportunity there to see people, to see companies. Sometimes a company will go present there and they'll say, hey, we're looking for new people with skill so-and-so, skill this, skill that. Usually, because it's a .NET meetup, it's around Microsoft technology, Azure, C#, in everything around Microsoft.
Okay.
So again, in those two groups, they are kind of together now.
Okay.
I know the organizers of both of them. Luca is a great guy. Anson is a good guy as well. Again, I highly recommend. This is Anson.
Okay.
And this is Luca.
Okay.
Actually, I should be around here. This is a good friend of mine. And where am I here? Again, I should be here somewhere.
Okay.
But those are the ones that are in your around. Now go there. There is a good event. This is a great event. If you would have time, I would highly recommend. It's a global Azure bootcamp.
Okay.
It will happen on a Friday, April 24th. It's Friday and Saturday event. By April 24th, you're going to be already on holidays here. So it will be in between semesters.
Yeah.
So go there. It's a Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
It's a full day of events around Azure. From coding to AI to Azure, you have a lot of stuff there. Everything is moving to the cloud. So we have to be on the cloud as well. Go there, look around.
So is it like an introduction?
Well, not always.
Okay.
Not always.
Okay,
It depends on which track you get.
Okay.
So sometimes the talk might be a little basic, sometimes regardless, because then you're going to have the opportunity to start looking at people, seeing people in the industry, seeing potential opportunities. I cannot recommend this enough.
Okay.
Something like
Got
this.
It. Got it. I will take a look.
I'm not saying that you're going to get a job right
I
there
got
and
it, I
then.
got it. Yeah.
Over time.
This is a networking.
And networking.
opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Go with that mindset. It's in down. Usually, they have in two locations, either downtown or college and university.
Okay.
So, but it's always downtown. Okay.
Okay, got it. So, the other, I have a more specific question about IBM Lab.
Okay.
So, because I'm moving to Markham and there's IBM Lab there.
Okay.
And I heard that they're only hiring co-op students from Waterloo. Is that true?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But
Is it is our courses qualify for like is this suitable for working in IBM? Because I heard they are only developing like middle class software there.
Again, IBM is like Microsoft. It's such a huge organization. Now, specifically about this center that you're talking about, I don't know the details
Okay,
about them,
got it,
so it's
okay.
hard for me to talk about them. But I mean, it depends on what they are looking for. Maybe if they are looking for people with a more academic, conventional background,
Okay.
you know, that's why maybe they are interested to look for Waterloo students, or because again, it's a longer course. They're gonna have a lot more theory. What we do here in the college, we get you guys ready to work in the industry. Now, is that as a researcher? Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But there are plenty of opportunities for what you are studying here. And again, use this as well as the basis of, remember, this field, you're going to be always learning. You're going to be always, so use this as well as your starting point, but keep in mind that you're going to have to learn over time more stuff, different stuff. You have to grow on your own as well, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I cannot talk specifically about IBM because I'm not in the known of what's going on over there. I can tell you this as well. Look at the podcast. I have interviewed a guy, a young guy of 16 years old, a prodigy guy that works with IBM as well, with Watson. You may want to have a look. And there was nothing specific about this location of IBM, but there is always something interesting that you get from those conversations, you know. And this guy it was an interesting conversation that I had there.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Join the meetup. Let's go there. I'll be going to this event here. This will be in Mississauga. It's the entire.
Oh, okay.
Actually, this one is different one. This one is it's a global Azure event. It's the full day on Friday, full day on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff there to learn about Azure.
Okay.
There will be something there for beginners and for advanced people as well. I'm quite sure.
Okay.
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 Have you been to Microsoft in Mississauga?
No.
No. That's a good opportunity to go there.
Microsoft is in Mississauga?
Mississauga, yes.
Oh, okay.
They have a huge building there.
Okay. I heard Google is in downtown.
Yeah, but Microsoft has an office in downtown. Okay. Sometimes it's where they meet. But for this event, it's in Mississauga.
Okay.
Actually, but here's the thing. Because of this virus thing, I don't know, maybe something will change there. Because we still have, over a month. So who knows if we still, if the world will still be around.
Do they broadcast it online?
I don't know. I don't think I don't think so. Because I've been there before and I don't see people recording stuff there.
Okay, so all of these events are all
it's local. It's in person. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's actually the advantage because you are there, you are talking to people face to face.
Because I'm really not comfortable with back-end stuff right now.
Got it.
In the moment because I
That's
don't
okay.
have any experience.
That's okay,
even-
but next semester you're gonna be.
Okay. Got
Okay?
it. Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Have a great night.
You too. Have a good weekend.